back into it, and Mirage is where we end up. Liquid have played this map many times over the history of the team, and many times it's been heartbreaking, less so with this roster than the others in the past. But the odds have come far more even since the beginning of this series. Certainly since we were on Overpass, and for the first time in a while, the first kill on the pistol goes the way of Navi. Not that the pistols haven't been falling in their favor. They're even so far, but they haven't got the opening kill every single time. Bomb still gets planted for Liquid. Nitro dropping onto 15 will get out of the window because he can't hold it any further. In fact, though, he will get simple. And the battle inside of the kitchen and checkers both going in the way of Navi, or excuse me, of Liquid, meaning Boomage is left for Navi in a 1-on-4. Make it 3 as he gets the low HP player, but I don't imagine this goes too much further without a kit in his back.
I think you might be right there. Boomage will have his work cut out for him, that's for sure, trying to find any kill he can at this point. There was one available there, does damage to 2, but unfortunately it will be Liquid winning out the round there. It's going to be the B-bomb side, their main focus, Nitro with 2, and we'll see now if Navi will force buy in response. We'll see now. As that comes through, is the replay. Zeus, nice shots coming through, but even better from Nitro. Great work here with the Glock, close range, of course, nailing it. He really has come into his own. This guy can do it all. AWP, rifle, and pistol. As we enter the next round, let's confirm whether this is going to be the force buy, as it is going to be. It's 5-7s, CZs. Stewie 2K finds the first. Down to 52. Remember, full investment here from Navi. You don't have to fully commit off this. 1 minute 20 on the clock. 2 smokes remain on the CT side. AK for Elige. Now fly in the Palace position with the Galil. Molotov's thrown in, and Flamey, that's a nice peek from him, greatly timed, and at this point now Fly trying to pull one back, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to. Boomage has to deliver with the sniper here.
Scout is not going to work out this time. It has had certainly an impact throughout this series, certainly in the second round. It's typically when we see it now. It doesn't have the prowess of being the jump scout of days gone by, and the force buy more justifiable. But early on, it still is substantial, and so too this round, as it's just a 1-man advantage for Liquid. Bomb planted again, but watch for Simple sneaking in, because he can tap away with the CZ-75. Knows now there is a gun down, but Naf is quick to turn and watch the mark to make sure that he can't go that far, leaving us with just Zeus, who has, mind you, an AK-47, the best of the 3 rifles. That means Liquid. Okay, they're going to go 2-0, sure. Bomb plant down again. That's all good. Except that they only have 2 Galils left, and the AK's in the hands of Zeus, who now finds Twist. It's a bit of a win for Navi in that way.
Oof, you are right.
Well, I know, Henry.
Yeah, you're always right. You're always right. But
I'm just kidding. I don't know why I'm doing this.
In this particular instance, you are. The fact that they've got so many kills there and they've saved the AK there is a fighting chance, and there might be something to be said about this round. Now, are you tempted to invest any more than what you have right now? It's an AK-47 armor, flashbang HE, all they're going for it. Yes. So that question has been answered. M4 has been dropped. Zeus had the money to do it. And that means 2 rifles and an MP7 for Flamey. I like this. This is cool from Navi. Like, I don't think it's the expected move at all. And it's one of those rounds where Liquid think they're up against just 1 rifle and USPs, and all of a sudden you got Simple and an M4A4. This could be enough to win a round, but the star player, he'll be dropped at the very first instance. It's going to be Nafly to take him down. And at that stage, they can confirm at least the rifle's been dropped. The second found, though, that's Zeus. Great games from him today. Been playing a very smart game of Counter-Strike. Elige making his way towards the bathrooms, but it will be Twist in towards that Palace position, taking down Flamey, just waiting for any sort of reactions at this point. 4 versus 3. Zeus 37 points of health, gives the AK to Electronic, and Boomage, not really much he can do about that. Nice patience from Elige.
Now work the front of the site. Twist goes down, but Electronic is stuck in the corner. It's jungle, and Stewie was able to shot because his teammate had snuck out toward the site directly, not able to go for an immediate trade. Elige sneaks in behind on the flank either way, and it's now Liquid again with the rounds. So despite losing that AK early on to Zeus, Zeus doesn't seem too bothered. Quick little shrug. It's all good, man. We're going to win this game anyway. 3-0 still for Liquid.
Well, it wasn't the worst call. I actually liked it a lot, to be honest. I think that was a really nice idea. It's early on in the game, and you've already just taken them down their own map. Why not give that force bite a little go? We are just going to see Deagles now, though. The loss bonus racking up. It's not a big deal. They've got Deagle armor 5-7s. Nitro with the first kill, again, I should add, as he takes down Boomich there, and it's going to be 2 smokes remaining on the CT side, but full mid control granted for Elige as he makes his way towards that connector. Flamey with a slight gap towards the underpass here. We are going to see if there is a chance of the Deagle shot. Ali doesn't seem to think so. He will be dropping him through the smoke, and no one has to panic at this point. He can just hold up. They are going to be swinging around and trying to trailer these kills. You need to be very aware of it. And it looks like Elige might walk into Simple's crosshair. Spotter though, what a shot that is. Nice work. 5-on-1, Electronic. Absolutely no chance. It is going to be 4-0 Team Liquid here. And remember, it's so funny, Matt. You just go back to it. Obviously, like, it's impossible to even suggest this would have gone down in the same manner. But had Navi have won that round at 15-11 on Dust 2, they get a 2-0 Team Liquid just now. Like, it was a convincing victory on Overpass. They might have won in regulation. They could have 2-0'd it. Now finding themselves in the third map, 4-0 down. We are going to have AKs across the board on the Team Liquid side. Simple AWP. Where does it head towards? It's the A bomb site for now. Could go for the Palace pick. Had a really decent spawn. Going to be jumping across to check the A ramp, seeing whether there's any sort of activity there at the very back. No one to be spotted. It's the B assault here from Team Liquid. Full on rush map. Flashbangs aplenty, and in they go.
In they go, and down they fall. I say that for only a moment. Elige manages to get one back, and Nitro gets Zeus as well. Watch for Simple. Through the window, through the smoke. Stewie 2K is gone as a result of it, and he will play a very clever angle on the backside of the smoke. The stairs as well. A good jump and movement from Electronic to join Boomich. Newest additions on Navi. Not that Electronic's new by any means. Oh, tap from Nitro. That is beautiful, and he knows the second player's there as well. It's a one-on-one, though, and bombs down in the apartments. Electronic may not be aware of that because he doesn't need to face this. He doesn't need to take the fight, and Nitro has a very awkward situation of needing to get on the barrel just to go up. Clears the fact, oh, he's not peeking him when he does. The reload was coming in. Still Nitro finds it on the kill alone. Quite clearly, they were unaware, Navi, that the bomb was in the hallway.
1 versus 1, and Nitro continues to look unstoppable here on Mirage. Liquid will find themselves up against the maximum loss bonus of Team Navi, but on the CD side, it'll only get you so far. They'll invest into the round, not fully. There's just the UMP and some Kevlar there purchased. Is Nitro getting it done? Oh, that shot of Boom, which was wonderful. And then the 1 versus 1 here, spraying it out. What a great play from him. So timeout here. First from Navi. For masses. Oh, I was about to say they're not investing too much, just some UMPs to keep that money strong. Flamey has gone pretty much all in. Now on the T side, Matt, you can get away with that, right? Because you have the chance to get a glow armor, you've got maximum loss bonus, you get the bomb down, you'll still get a full buy next round. CT side, he's gone all in on a FAMAS, diffuse kit, and armor as well, while his teammates have not. So if they don't win this round, he won't be getting much more than the 3,400, and that will mean he'll have a very similar buy going forward. So you better hope he finds a couple of kills with that FAMAS here. This is a gamble from him. A lot of money invested, just down to 250 there. He has got the kit though. That means suggests he's playing for the win of this round. The fact he spent $400 just on the kit and no utility, he wants to give them a fighting chance. And that's not bad at all. That's a good way to do it. Opening kill on Elige. Estrella smoke towards the top of middle, yields a frag, and maybe even a rifle as well. Electronic steals an AK, so that FAMAS really working out for them early on.
Zeus down below. It'll work. I'm getting closer to Twist. Oh my goodness. Oh my dear. That's how it's done, Simple. You don't need a knife, just take the shot. Closes the distance. Nitro gets Boomich back. It's the advantage, though, to Navi on that alone. And Nitro goes over toward B with the AWP. He's not completely in vain. He's got 2 teammates with him, and they'll try to find Electronic. Great little off angle for him, but he gets closer and deeper in as his teammates arrive, and the smoke will make contact with Nitro. That is a very audible cue.
Certainly is. Nitro joined by his teammates, but not for long. Stewie 2K was the one to approach the situation first as the bomb dropped. CT's to rotate over. 4 versus 2 now. Some great shots from Nitro required. He's been hitting them all day long. Another one required just to even get a plant here. Nice Molotov to flush out of Simple and co. But the Deagle will close things out here. The first on the board there for Navi. 5-1. They do manage to keep 3 players up and salvage 2 AK-47s though, so that's going to be very beneficial going forward. They need to maintain it though, need to start building up their own bank of rounds here. 1 or 2 is not going to be enough on the CT side. You're aiming for 7 or 8 to be honest on the CT side of Mirage. Boomage not quite on the same level he was in the previous round. 1 and 6 right now, but very early days. Smokes towards A at the start. This could be the double pump. Like, we've got such early smokes in, the bomb down in T-spawn. This will just be them trying to bait out utility. I think that's exactly what's happened at this point. They'll fall back. So they have smoked off, as you can see, towards the steps and the jungle, and just to try and bait out whatever the CT's had on the other side. And that actually could have worked out. You can see there's only 1 smoke remaining, but there are incendiaries. So they haven't rid of everything at this point, but at least it was a nice idea. There's still enough for an execution if they wish to go back into it.
I'll go back around with the bomb toward A. Minute 16. No picks, no damage, not even any utility thrown in either direction. Sometimes you'll see a bit in middle at this point in time, at least. Now slow the pace. 5-1 for Liquid. Smoke's over. Full execution this time. No question, no doubt. 5 there. Boomage has an angle. Boomage has room, but he can't get the shots. He can't get them to land at all. And in fact, Nap and Nitro do all the damage. Flamey goes down after in which electronic was found. Boomage is smoked off, has to back away. Nades. Oh, goodness me. He knows his angles. Threw the smoke perfectly to the doorway, and Naf gets tagged to 2, but that's not enough because bomb's planted, and Stewie knows they're going to be trying to back out of this. There's no way they'll try and go back in against 5, so he goes hunting early on.
And he can. He's got the Galil. That's a weapon that's disposable at this stage. I don't necessarily need it. And he'll be hunting for whatever's available to him towards his B apartments, or as the barments, as we like to call them. We'll see now.
That's just you.
You were doing it much more than I was towards the end of Katowice. He'll get another. That's a lovely shot. Takes Zeus down. M4. I would say that's enough. Go for a wallbang, sure. That's true Stewie style. But with 30 HP, I think just take that and run. Don't even risk it. And that's a very smart play. Nice work by Stewie. Took down the rifle, upgrades his Galil to an M4 for free, gets himself another $300, stays alive, and removes money from the Navi bank account. So that's great. Electronic will purchase the AWP for Flamey, who must have a very good spawn. Let me check it out. He actually doesn't right now, but he's going to double orb setups. Okay, that makes more sense. So there's enough there for Simple to get the secondary orb. We are going to have the top of mid smoke come through once again. We'll see if it lands just as effectively, and it certainly does. Spot on. Though it won't be pushing up this time. It's just going to be there to bait out utility on the T side as they actively work towards that A round. Flamey takes a lot of damage though due to utility. He could be taken down here. What a conversion that is. Now fly out of the palace and make sure he gets towards Shadow as well. Electronic's going to find this kill, but he knows he has to find another as Nafly being such a nuisance, but not for long. Advantage back to Navi.
Back to Navi. Boomage. Holding steady in the window. Smoke down a... They've got Simple on the AWP as well to watch at CPL. Oh, he looked away when Stewie snuck in, and that was just enough to throw off the aim. Grabs the gun and gets away. Boomage backs off. Concedes window, and he'll have to hold the hard way. Meanwhile, Palace is still held by Electronic, and we know how powerful that is. If he can get them in a triangle, if he can peek at his control, then the swing from Boomage at spawn is still going to be almighty. And the bomb works its way in the hands right now of Elige. Boomage is going to go early, in fact. Oh, a little bit desperate.
But that's enough, though, because remember, he's just baiting an Electronic here towards that Palace position. Sure, Boomage didn't get the kill there, but he's shown presence, and they'll be aware of that. With 20 seconds remaining, this is uncomfortable for Liquid. That Palace position can be so strong. This time, the wallbang is successful. The Silence M4 gets it. Nitro, he'll have to just go for this one. It's not going to work out for him at all. Stewie 2K, far too removed from the situation. And, of course, 3-on-1, nothing can be done. 5 seconds on the clock. He'll have to fall back and give in and accept the fact that he'll just take the orb to the next round. round. Wasn't the cleanest of rounds there for Navi, but they'll certainly take it. That's such a powerful setup there. If you have established control of the Palace position and the bomb site under control from CD Spawn as well, Boomich did such a great job of just showing that presence and buying time, but he did deny the plant in the end as well. The fact he gets that kill is just a bonus. The round was already won at that point for me, but there it is. 2 kills coming through. Wonderful work, and like I said, one of the few players still using that silenced M4, but so far so good. Still for Liquid as they're 6-2 up with another full buy ahead of them. But this will be the round that breaks them. So this could be the turning point if Navi can find it.
Nitro, quick shots. Elige will wait. Stewie 2K backing all the way through spawn. Back over toward B, minute 31. Make some noise, perhaps. 4 smokes still in play. Molotovs on 3. Stewie with a flash. Nade and Molotov if he wanted to try and hold off a fake. Zeus will put out early utility toward the B apartments, and Flamey will get back in the window. So even though Stewie has snuck out the bottom side of middle, they haven't done a lot yet to force the hand from Navi. They are slowing it down so as to bait utility. They still have 2 smokes. I was going to say 2 incendiaries, but that changes on a single kill from Nitro to find Simple. Electronic with a good response. Has to back to Shadow, but this is where Stewie strikes. He snuck all the way through Connector before they even found him on the stairs. And it's Nitro to close out the round with Elige.
That is the pincer from hell. Every single kill, every single angle. It feels like there was a Liquid player just ready and waiting, just working off each other and just being such an absolute nightmare to deal with. 7-2, it's Liquid who answer back straight away. Just no momentum built up for Navi at all. There was that AWP save in the previous round and Nitro using it to stunning effect in the round going forward. You can see the temperament of Navi now starting to change. In a difficult position here. Money available, but not a lot of it. Boomich will have $2,500, $3K for Flamey. There is a buy there, but I think if you buy into this round at this stage of the game, it's a bit of a statement. You're almost admitting that you're getting to the point of no return. You need this round to work out for you. I feel like they can take the partial here and still have enough to win the game, but it's such a 50-50 call. I don't know which one is the better of the two. I would say the partial, but we'll see if they want to fully invest. There's, I think we saw a max 7 there. Zeus has got it. They don't fully invest, but 1 shotgun's brought out. Sent towards that B-bomb site.
Molotov down. Both in front and behind the triple box. Quick plant mid-site possible. Smokes down jungle would allow it to be so. But they have to watch for Simple, who could swing out from spawn. He wouldn't have a direct line of sight toward the planter, but he could do damage to anyone in the post plant. They won't allow it. They never cross that threshold. They do have to watch for the flank, however, and I think Stewie is positioned to do so. Nav takes a good amount of damage, but still gets away with the kill. Follows it up onto Zeus. Stewie to help him. And 9, excuse me, maybe 9. But for now, 8 rounds looking very likely for Liquid. Anticlimactic compared to our previous 2 affairs.
It's still early days, Matthew. Still early days.
It is day 1, you're right.
Yeah, it's day 1. But I feel like there's enough time. They can get 5-6 on the board. Navi are a team that are more than capable of showing us what can be done here on Mirage. And Boomich not having the stunning performance he did in the first 2 maps, but still plenty of time to bring it back. 8-2, buy available. Simple and Boomich back on the AWPs. Quite exciting the AWP potential they have. Boomich, I thought, would be using the AWP slightly more once it was brought in. To me, that would make sense, but it seems like to be more of a secondary AWP with Flamey, map dependent. It's still Simple that's doing most of the legwork in that department as we get into round 11 here. Nitro waiting for his first opportunity, but Naf will steal it away from him. Boomich goes down. Remember, that's the secondary AWP. That's going to be a difficult kill to give away. Look how committed he was as well in those apartments. So that's going to be playing inside of your head. When you're having a rough game, as it is, and you've gone for a big player, the AWP, he said, I'm going to work a pick towards a B apartment, and you go down with nothing. It can be demoralizing. It can be difficult to recover from that, especially when you're sat at a scoreline like 4-9. Stewie 2K boosted up safely. And the round slows right down, as it should. Team Liquid understand that the pressure now applied to the CTs. They want to bleed out the little utility they have. They've got 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, and more importantly, no kits. Connector control granted for Liquid. This is looking so good for them. And you can see them set up towards A ramp with the bomb. One player in the window to stop rotations. Two towards that connector. Should be almost no chance that Navi win this unless Electronic can find multiple kills. Gets one. Is it going to be enough? I say probably not. Zeus now with a 4-on-1 situation against him. He had a nice idea. He's been doing that all series, you have to say, Matt. He's been going for those long pushes, and he hasn't been part of necessarily the big duels and the fights where he comes in for the frag in the back, which has turned around on his head. He didn't have the time to do it this round. He was pushing towards B, but his teammates had already been dropped.
So 9 now looks likely. This time I can confirm that, Henry.
You'd be correct. Just the AUG, one flash, but 4 players in Liquid surviving. This one, yeah, at this stage of that gun round, not even looking too competitive, you start doubting the prospect of Navi being able to take this one. Haven't got anyone really popping off and going for it. At the very top end of the fragging table, Electronic 8 and 9, Simple 3 and 9, Flamey 3 and 10. But Nitro, what a series he's had. 16 and 5 after 11 rounds. He really is leading the charge here. The spearhead of the operation. And Money's still weak on the CT side. Flamey down to just the MP9. Deagle for Simple right now. I'm sure they've got him something else. They haven't. So just going to be taking the partial here with the saved weaponry. Rushing middle, same smokes. This has managed to get them a frag before. Can they do it again? As Electronic towards those mid boxes. They get nothing for it, but maybe shove Liquid into a stack. We'll see.
Nitro. Well, it's on far side of the boxes to see if anyone had snuck up middle and was trying to surprise them. Electronic was the closest one to that position, and he's already back down catwalk toward the B site. Deep smoke comes out late. That'll allow them to wrap onto Cat, Zeus. Been playing very passively toward the window, I have to say. Using the easel to try and look down below. That's where Twisted Stewie want to walk in from bomb. Top mid. Not often you see it both on the upper and at top mid. Typically it waits today for the attack to work. But they are going all in on this play. The single man on the offside is Naf. He waits inside a Palace. So I anticipate that this could be an A play. It's just a matter of getting the timing right.
And the CTs have nothing, Matt. If you look at the utility, they actually have 0 to hold off an A push here. If there's any sort of smokes or flashes that are coming in, they can't really answer back at all. There's the Molotov. The flashbang will follow as the players come through the connector, but a shot from Simple gives them a fighting chance. Can he find another? Electronic can. That's 2 from Spawn. They actually take the advantage here. Remember, no utility, and somehow they're making this work. It's Team Liquid now desperately trying to get the plant. Will the wallbang come through? Not attempted here, and Electronic gives up his position as CD Spawn. But that was already known, to be fair. Elige, the common position there, trying to find a kill towards CD Spawn. Not going to happen. And Stewie left with an almost impossible task here. So much to do with 5 HP. Bomb down, but they do not have a kit. But they know he's low. That call comes in. What a shot that is. Oh my god, he knows he's off the bomb as well. He might do this. Electronic, he'll be tested. Stewie, does he go all the way around? With no kit, Matt, I think he's done enough. Even if he kills Stewie now, he won't have enough time in the 10-second defuse.
He saw his shoulder. This is amazing from Stewie. That
so
shot on Flamey was unbelievable.
You're right.
He did that as fast as he had to. Had to be a headshot. 5 HP. Nails it. That's so well played from Stewie. 10-2. Navi can't buy one at this point.
Yeah, that's a world-class play from Stu. That's really calm. That's really, really good. The fact that he was left on a 3-on-1 there, he reads the situation. He knew the money was low there. He knew it was a mishmash buy at best. They might not have a kit. He hits the shot that really counts. This one here.
All right, everybody. I have Nasty Naf with me right now. He's got a smile on his face because they did just avoid a little bit of an L there on Dust 2. First and foremost, Naf.
Well, Nasty Naf is here with us, Stunner. Thank you very much. We're going to make sure that he stays with us all game, unlike the first half of Dust 2. He is actually on the board with 10 kills this time. So Stunner confirms it. Thank you so much, Sergeant. It's Nitro that's going to go down first. Simple back on the op. He swings all the way in. Watch out, Elige. Little did he know that he would be that far into the site. And oh my god, he's not done there. Naf down inside of the doorway of the Palace. And oh my goodness, the op finally giving Navi a chance in the round. 4-on-2.
That shot from Simple, it's just such a classic play from him, isn't it? Just ducking and weaving around ladders, hitting ridiculous shots, and making it look like it's the easiest thing in the world. 4-on-2, Twists and Stewie, though, certainly capable of bringing it back. A similar sort of duo to Simple and Electronic. We'll see whether they can pull it off. They've got AKs this time. Zeus with a decent position towards the B apartments, but he is low. Now that's got a one and done position, this one, but that would be fine considering he's got 20 HP and he would bring it back to a 3-on-1 situation. This is actually a very good spot from Zeus. This is all he has to do, but if he doesn't get the kill, that's a problem. He's the only player that can really do much about this. One kill, round done. That should be it now. Twist, sure, he'll get the trade, but there's no chance. Simple is there at the scene of the crime. So nice positioning from Zeus, and they win only their third round. That's the problem with that, Matt. Yeah, it's a good round, some fantastic work from Simple. They need the 10-5. Like, there's no doubt about it. Nothing else will do at this point. 10-5 is recoverable. 12-3, I would say, certainly not. Let's see whether they can get this next round.
Well, third to fourth, maybe get a fifth. Maybe we get a game. Maybe we get more overtime. Maybe Navi will beat Liquid. Maybe Liquid will go to the playoffs. I'm thinking that seems more likely at this point. Simple, not when he plays like that. Yet again, he's quick. Elige down top of mid, and a Molotov to force the issue once more. Twist going out toward A ramp. Guess who's going to arrive on the scene? And Boomich knows that Simple wants that space, so I trip over each other. He slides out, reverse fire. He does seem to be queuing off his teammates rather well so far for such a short amount of time in which to incorporate himself onto this roster.
That's great work from Nitro. He spotted a pixel as Boomich crossed over towards the site, took him down. But Flamey, this is aggressive. He wants 2 kills out of this one, just ducking and weaving around these smokes. Stewie's in a good position, but not for long. This is such a brawl on the A side, but I think Navi have done enough. Maybe not. Twist needs his kill. 1 versus 1. All 10 players felt like they're on the A side there. Comes right down to the wire, but Navi win the must-win round. Remember, we spoke about this before, though. You only get 3250 on the CD side for winning out through kills. So with the fact that 4 players went down, means that there might be compromises here. There was a bit of residual cash. I think they're okay for the full buy here. Did they find the AWP at the end? That's the question. I think they did indeed. So a couple of things missing. You see Zeus as a decoy and a smoke. You just had to buy that and accept it. Boomich only has the smoke here. So expensive frags and a fast A push coming in here. And opposite word being fast. Here comes Stewie 2K. Great kill from him. Takes down Boomich. Electronic. He'll answer back, but smoked out. Looking for the gap here. But flashbangs flying through. Will he be able to do anything more before the bomb's planted? I am not sure.
Stewie getting Zeus. Flamey gets Nitro back, though, and it's still the advantage for Navi, but only just, and not with the HP, because Stewie now finds Flamey. It's all on to Simple. He's got the AWP to try and hold off the site. Watch for the fact that the plant comes in, but it's just low enough on the other side of the box so that Simple can't see the shot. See, he shall, though. Simple. He knows Stewie's not the most patient person, and that is an incredibly accurate shot through the edge of the wood. Oh, Naf, he can see him. He can blatantly see him.
What's just happened there?
I don't know what happened to Naf.
I'm looking at it. Was he just looking at him?
That was confusing on both sides.
I don't think anyone knows why this happened there. So now it was a 1 versus 1.
We've got a stop call.
Yeah, okay, something must
there's
have
nothing
happened.
that can be done in that situation, unfortunately.
So yes, Simple will still win the round, right? That's how it would go down. Even if Naf has crashed or whatever it was at that point. I'm not sure it's 100%. We're going to take a break now. We'll find out what's happening.
It is halftime break anyway,
exactly.
So let's take it.
We'll take the break. We'll work out what happened there. We will be right back.
'cause no one really gives. Don't look back, I'll keep your eyes on. Long ago, long ago. Doesn't matter what it costs. Never gave you shit. Real soul. Let it take a hit. Hey. Who's getting high on emotion? Look around. People fight all their life for some peace. Yeah. Look around.
Welcome back, 10-5, Liquid on the start. That looked very promising. Navi did make a small bit of comeback toward the end. Unfortunate situation, it seems as though NAF did leg out toward the last round in a one-on-one situation, which may have played very differently. That said, Simple didn't see him right away, but we get underway. It was so late into the round and so much had happened that hypotheticals cannot be what dictate outcome. And thus, we find ourselves continuing onward. And Liquid, they won't be too disappointed with that, given that it is them in the lead by 5. Mid-take seems to be the name of the game for the pistol round. That said, bombs out toward A main and Simple's inside of Palace. I think you know the wet rest as to where this is going.
I think you might be right. PZ50s available. Zeus makes his way through that connector. First shot comes in. It's Boomich and Flamey landing both headshots at that point. It's going to be incredibly difficult for Twist to hold on here, but his teammates are arriving. Headshots delivered. He spots another one up there towards the balcony. 2 versus 2 now. Such an incredible, difficult shot here. And it will be Twist somehow still alive, trying to do whatever he can to get the hell out of the shadow position. He's got backup from Stewie. That certainly helps things out. The round slows down. 45 seconds remaining. Electronic, though. Backstabbing from jungle. And is this the moment where Navi can close it out? The round looked to be theirs.
Shots with the bomb down and Simple finding the favor. 30 HP. Twist wants to wall him down, but Simple hears him going for the reload. Swings out, takes advantage of the situation. 10-6. Navi continue on now with 4 rounds in a row, collectively from the last half in this, and perhaps more given that the money will now be in their favor.
Well, there you go. The 2-on-2 does fall in their favor. Absolutely true. And yes, nothing we can do about the lag-out situation, but it happened just before halftime as well. Like, that's going to be demoralizing, to say the least. And you lose the pistol follow-up as well. Still in the lead, and there is the force fire, which is pretty standard by Liquid's game today. It means if you do lose this round, you'll take a fully connect, but you'll have a really strong first gun round, and you have a chance to steal this one away. There isn't an argument to be made. You can take a full eco in the second and buy up in the third, and it just depends what you prefer. There's no real correct approach. Just what playstyle you prefer. Round 17. Molotovs and nades exchanged here. Stewie might get the better, though, as Electronic will be taken down to 71 HP. Smoke in the window. Allow them to boost up if they so wish. Remember, 4 spy from Liquid here. Just pistols and basic utility. Now 5 with the smoke towards short, and he'll have to avoid the flames. Oof, takes a bit more damage than he wanted to there. In towards CPL at 60 HP.
These quick peeks, jiggling back and forth. It's Stewie that wants to contribute. They've got the crossfire. AK's not finding kills. They need to be careful not to block each other in, though. As Elise stepped into Nitro, but they still get the kill, and they'll rush down the AK with 3. Boomich on the other side. Speaking of 3, he was looking for his 3rd. He won't get it. Flamey wants in behind. Bombs down. They've got 2 AKs to hold at distance against the MAC-10. Somehow the MAC-10 finding the kill. But Nitro holds fast and firm. Helmet perhaps the difference. 11-6.
11-6 indeed, and it will be Nitro to hold on to the round. 21 kills to his name.
That means, by the way,
go on.
Only half of the pistols were converted.
Yeah, that's such a good point. It's been so back and forth in that department, and I guess that change in the economy system has led to more exciting Counter-Strike in terms of second rounds. Seem to be a lot more fun these days, and we do get more gun rounds in general. Overall, we've had a lot of time to look at this change now, and I feel like it's been a positive one for the game of Counter-Strike from a spectator point of view. It does lead to a lot more excitement at the start and more gun rounds, as I mentioned. So that's always good. Flamey with that opening AK-47. This is another force fire in response. First player goes down, though. That's simple. Never good news if you're a Navi fan.
Boomich checks the hallway quickly. Zeus, P250. No such success, but Flamey will put a Molotov down at the door on Palace. He could swing this. Twist doesn't know he's this close. This could easily be a kill on... Okay, never mind. Gotta wake up pretty early in the winter to catch an Eskimo out of his igloo. It's a Canadian reference, Henry. Twist gets electronic with the pistol. Stewie will find Boomich, and it's just on to Zeus. Liquid to go 12-6, doubling up the score again. And remember, we're not done for the day after this. We've got more Counter-Strike coming your way immediately after, in fact. Just to note, Furia did take down Renegades 2-0, but we move on to FaZe NRG, if I'm not mistaken.
That will be one hell of a game.
It's 2 teams battling for their position in the rankings right now, that's for sure.
Stanislaw just arriving in the roster as well. That's huge. That's going to be an interesting team to follow. They've got a lot of firepower in that squad now. With the departure of Daps and NRG, who already looked great tactically. Now you bring in that element as well. I'm not sure how good they're going to look, but I hope it's a great game. That's a really fun matchup to look forward to. 12-6, Liquid up against the full eco here. This won't be as exciting this round, I'm afraid. PD50s, Glocks, no armor, no nades. Just one of those rounds where you try and bait us utility, try and cost a lot of money. A couple of kills would be victory in its own right. Oh my god, that grenade has just absolutely destroyed Navi. Don't know who threw it, but either way, it will be a kill in return. Like I said, a couple's not bad. Flamey, he's at least found that for now. They've got a rifle as well. Zeus could actually get another, but without the armor, it's difficult to make it work. Twist will spray him down. Good grenade towards Connector again. Not a lot of HE damage here. 3 versus 1, simple. He's decent, but this seems a little bit beyond the pale. We'll see if he can do anything with the AK fan and Connector. Holds for mistakes now. With a minute remaining, I suppose, why not? Very quiet. No CTs inside. Bomb in his grasp. He just wants to see if a CT will be inquisitive at this point. Will anyone allow him to get this bomb down? Absolutely not. Twist will get him. 13-6, the third and final map of this series. This was the HE. Oh my goodness. It did so much damage. It was a full eco, like we said, but it's always fun to see the tactical nukes dropped on Mirage. You saw so much damage inflicted there. Very cool stuff. And we get into round 20. Navi on the ropes now. And Matt, if they had won Dust 2, this could have been a 2-0 in their favor. That's the craziest thing about this. What a series this has been.
Yeah, it's just, this series is bizarre. I mean, ignoring the fact that the simple knife occurred, it's been a very entertaining series.
Yeah, for a day one group stage.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some great rounds. But yes, it could have been a 2-0 for Navi if not for that. And unfortunately, that will be the one point that this game and this series gets remembered for. Not if they keep walking through smokes like that. Flamey as well. At least Stewie, all that's left, and they're going to back out. There's no point going for this. Save the guns, I'm afraid. So we'll go 16, or rather 13 to 7. I put the 6 with the 3 and made it 16. We're not there yet.
Not quite. Well, Simple, he seems like he's there. He'll be gunning for the 16th round. It's going to take him some time, but if he keeps that up, they might have a chance. Lovely work from him towards CPL, 2-2K. I was about to say a chance to save the AWP. That's not going to happen. Very clean round, very convincing from Navi there. And we go to number 21 here. The money, actually not fantastic for the North Americans. Going to have to take a bit of an eco here, I would say. There's enough for a Nitro AWP and 2 rifles, but with your 13-7 up on the CT side of Mirage, third and final map, these are not risks you need to take. So quick, so precise. And Boomich, similar story, brought in to provide extra firepower, replace the veteran of Navi through 1.6 and indeed CSGO. And one of the young Russian talents, played at majors before, he's got experience, and now playing under some of the greatest names the game has produced from CIS region. Oh, okay.
I'm glad we snapped over just in time to see that.
All right, Alige.
Is that Rushley?
Let's calm it down. No, I believe it's Jakey.
Ah, it's Jakey, okay. They both have E at the end of their name. Jakey's already cooler than Rushley. We can be friends.
You should be friends with him. He's a lovely man. Zeus, though.
As opposed to Rushley.
Yeah, well...
I like to pick on Rushley. Leave it alone. That's probably him messaging me now.
Saying it's over?
Yeah, he's sending me a C and D.
The Elige Deagle not looking quite as precise. It's a very difficult shot there towards short. He managed to open things up, but looks like Navi were the ones closing it down. Boomich with the frags almost gifted to him, I was about to say, but Nafly could take that AK and run. That's the play I'd be making at this point. Twist unable to nail the jump towards Shaw, maybe to his advantage actually, because Simple was ready and waiting for it. And you can almost bank on the fact he was going to hit that shot. So there you go. 3-on-3. Bomb to go off, no problem at all. Liquid though, recovering 2 rifles, a CZ, armor on Twist as well. I believe Twists will have, he's got 100 armor as well. Not a huge deal on the CD side, but he can get a helmet for $350, just to note. If he really wants one, but you don't normally need it against the AKs. It's nice to save the armor. Might as well. Your money's tight as it is. And there it is, Navi, 13-8 down. Will there be a tactical timer here? I haven't seen as many here on Mirage. Final map here. Double AWP setup, Nitro and Stewie. Like I said, Stewie's been the one that's like, when we started to notice his double AWP potential in this team was on Mirage. That's why he started seeing sneak in every now and then. He started using it, and it's a bit of a mainstay now. He'll bring it out more often than not. Trolling towards middle. Back jungle. It's a default round from Navi, leaving the bomb towards T-Spawn. Flamey holding Palace. No aggression from the CTs really at all. The usual hold connector, looking towards that underpass area. Molotov to push back a potential AWP on the other side, but Nitro is there, but he's on the van. So Zeus is showing presence. We are going to see the bomb is still down in T-Spawn, so any sort of play here towards the B, it's a fake. From what I can gather right now, the fact the bomb's in the position it is, they're just trying to take vision away from the CTs. But lovely movement from Nitro there. He still has control of the B apartments.
For now.
For now.
Zeus sliding out from the archway. Bomb down, no go back 4. Electronic to rotate over Flamey Palace. Twist getting closer to the front of the A site. Does he go under shadow? Does he play the arch? It looks like he's definitely going to get more aggressive toward A main. Navi steal momentum back with 2 rounds. Liquid don't want this to get out of hand. Playing the arch is interesting because a kill in middle from Naf onto Boomich. A second from Elige to Simple. I was going to suggest that they haven't seen any activity toward A, so perhaps they rotate off B, but it's not going to be down middle at all, and Elige realizes that Electronic wants out of Palace. Twist knows there's no one else coming toward A main, and Zeus is pincered no matter which way he goes.
Well, there it is. A huge round to pick up here for Liquid, and it's a clean one of that to Liege to finish things off. It's going to be 14-8. Zeus has $6,700. Electronic with 6K as well. They do have enough to buy here for sure, but they are running out of time. It looks like Liquid with 3 AWPs going into round number 23. I like it. It's not a big deal on Mirage. You can make that work. One towards jungle, one on window, one towards B. Why not, I guess? Anything can work, technically. Just don't see it too often. They've picked up the 3 AWPs. They might have another rifle and spawn to transition with. They've got a timeout here from Navi as well, just to discuss this setup. But I think they'll be fine with it. It really isn't a big deal. It's not a huge talking point, especially when you've got this sort of lead. It's not that they've bought into this. They just found an extra AWP and you said, you know what? We've got Nitro, Stewie, and Naf. All pretty amazing AWPers, to be honest. Why not? Give it a go. If we close it out like this, it will be quite a story. So then, Navi looking better today, Matt. I have to say, this is a promising start for them. Even if they don't win this series, like, sure, we'll talk about that knife situation all day long, but they're not knocked out of the tournament. It's promising to see the team look synergized, and they've been doing their theory. They've been putting hard work, and they've got extra firepower now. The team is looking solid, right? This is promising.
No, this is, but it's also, you've got to consider, honeymoon aside, you've got this event, you've got another, potentially 2 more. I'm not sure exactly what their schedule entails, but you've only got a few events before we hit the player break, and then we go straight into the major cycle. It's got to be on Navi's minds to win a major.
I agree.
They are the top organization to have not won one, in my opinion, at this point. I mean, Liquid, yes, you could argue the same thing, but not for the same duration. Navi has been knocking on the door for years in the majors.
Well, at this point, it's Liquid battling for series point. 3 versus 3. Remember, triple AWPs coming into this one. You don't see that every day. Simple. He'll be waiting for his next opportunity as he holds towards Sandwich right now. 1 minute remaining. Of course, no bomb planted yet. Nitro. What a day he's had. Fantastic work throughout, and that's testament to it. That's a lovely shot towards Sandwich, but he's going to be dropped. Zeus with a lovely shot of the AWP, but it comes down to the 1 versus 1. Naf and Boomich, both with the snipers here, and both aware of each other's positions.
Who moves first? Bomb, natural conclusion that allows Naf the position, and he walks in, pistol in hand, but Boomich jumps up, unaware he's that close. Naf gets the headshot instead, and it's going to be map and series point for Liquid. You've got to give Boomich credit. As you say to your firepower, though, he's not scared to try and make plays, whereas Edward was more passive in those situations. He still goes for the peaks, and he's willing to use the AWP. He's certainly going to mold into this team well, but Naf played that so well.
He did. He took a bit of a gamble there. A lot of players, a lot of pros would actually go for the fake plan there and bait out the CT. He's aware of it and still took that risk. He walked straight past the choke point of danger there where the AWP could take him down in a post-plan situation, and you could see Boomich had no idea. It was a really, really cool play there from Nowfly, and one that maybe wins them the game at this point. You can see money is at an absolute low. The Tech 9s are out. The SMGs are there, the lack of utility. It's going to be a scrappy victory if they do pull this one off. Stewie will strike first and find Boomich. Through the flames he goes, living up to his name. Flamey will be on the ace side towards the Sandwich. He's made a lot of noise though, and Twist knows it. 5 on 3. It looks like we might be done here.
Simple. Nitro comes back for the cheeky little smoke inside of the B apartments, but Simple's already forward of that. And as it blooms, he tries to use the sound key to get a few steps ahead, but Naf gets him down instead. And it's just Electronic and Zeus remaining for Navi. This should now be the game and series. It's been a long one for Liquid. Had all 30 rounds in map number 2. This one only in the 24th. Looks like it could conclude, but let's not forget Dust 2, which went to double overtime before it was closed out by Liquid. It could have been a shorter game. It could have been done on round 27. As Nitro gets both. Fitting the in-game leader, the one to shut it down, and they'll move on to the playoffs. Liquid, great start. And keep in mind, that's one step closer to the Grand Slam that they're chasing.
You're absolutely right there, Matt. A lot of storylines here at ESL 1 Cologne 2019. This one, though, will be remembered. It's a group stage game, but what a game it was. A best of 3 that really had us on the edge of our seats throughout. It had absolutely everything. The historic clutches, the amazing moments, the blunders, and Just so many great elements to it. It's going to be a gutting start for Navi here. You can see it on their faces. Of course they're disappointed, but as I mentioned before, they should keep their heads held high because this is looking much better. It's a step in the right direction, and we'll throw it over our boys at the analyst desk.
Thank you, Henry and Sadakis. They'll be back to bring you the last series, but before we have to break down this one, Navi and Liquid reaches its conclusion. I was going to say expected conclusion, but there was nothing. None of our expectations really thrown out the window after our first map.
Oh, what's funny is when we saw the V2, a lot of the discussion was like, maybe a 2-0 for Team Liquid. Bizarrely, Navi could have 2-0'd, yet have lost the series. Like, I mean, I will say, I'll do the fair thing for Navi fans. Like, to be fair, map 2 would have probably played out differently if you had indeed have won map 1. It changed the whole mentality, maybe the way you approach the game. You know, there's all sorts of factors. Maybe Simple wouldn't have played as well. So it's not as simple as that, obviously. But if you are Navi, this is the worst way to lose the series. Now you are just thinking again about that